Okay, so here we are again in the sweltering hot garage, but I'm going to be working today. Hopefully I'll be able to do a video where I'm actually painting and we get it up online, and then you have something to paint along with. I worked a little bit on my portrait of King Femme, but I started to get overwhelmed by sadness, which I've been talking a lot about lately. Sadness and anxiety and frustration and depression. Well, actually, I've been talking about it for a while. You know, when I started doing this video series, I was so excited, and I was supposed to be on a trajectory, like I talked about last time, a trajectory where things were going to take off, and it looked like everything I had worked for so long was gonna happen, and was happening. And you know, things fell apart. I've talked about it a million times now. Things have fallen apart. And now I'm in a new state. I'm in Florida. I've been here for 2.5 years. Don't really love it. Don't really like it, but I'm here. And I've been trying to patchwork my way, or keep producing work, getting ready for things that might happen, or could happen, or I can make happen. And I think as artists, that's part of the big struggle. But when I started this now vlog back in 2013, there was no doubt in my mind where I was headed. And I started off reasonably strong, not knowing how to make videos, not knowing it was even a thing for artists to make videos. I just started making them. And so I've continued doing that for 6 years in whatever space I'm in, whether it's an actual studio space, a formal, cool-looking studio space, or like now, the garage. The sweltering, warm garage. But we've kept going, and we've kept going together. Once again, yesterday I had the day off, and I thought I'd come out here. I was planning to come out here and work, and I did. I worked a little bit. And then I started to get discouraged and overwhelmed by bills. And the rent, and you know, everything I have to do just to keep the walls up and a roof over my head. And I fell into a trap. Not a trap, but I fell down my little pit of sadness and depression, and became overwhelmed and absolutely thoroughly anxiety-ridden. And I tried doing all the techniques that I've talked about before, you know, my little mantras: the universe provides everything I need and more. And visualizing myself back up north, and with people coming to see me, or see my work, which is way more important. Seeing my work, buying my work, in a more consistent volume or pattern. So I'm constantly doing that. I'm constantly visualizing, and that's what I'm sticking to today, is the visualization. I calmed myself down. I made up my to-do list. I woke up this morning and I made my to-do list, the to-do list I had for yesterday, and followed through with it. I vacuumed. I cleaned corners of the house that needed to be cornered. I washed the rugs that needed to be washed. I did my laundry. I made my protein shake, which is right over there, my tofu-based protein shake, so I make sure that I'm eating well. I did get enough sleep. I started to go down this road of staying up and waking up umpteen times a night, like, oh my God, the electric bill. Oh my God, the rent is due on the 5th, and I just don't have it. But today, I put on something to listen to that kind of helped me frame my thinking a little bit better, or back to where it should be, to be able to produce. Now, one trick I've always had in all of this is, like, I started to get overwhelmed by the work that's involved in this one. There's a lot of semi-detail that's going to have to go into this, in many, many layers. And after several hours of sweating my guts out here, I just kind of went, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere. And this art career that I was trying to build may be a fool's errand. And, you know, all the negative things that people have said to me online started running through my head. And I'm like, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm nothing but an elderly finger painter, as we talked about before. But I woke up this morning and I followed through on my to-do list, and now I'm sticking to the plan. I'm back out here in the studio trying to work. And I talk about stuff like this because I've heard from hundreds, if not thousands of people who go through all of this every day. And I watch these videos online of artists who are like, I do this fabulous thing and I wear this great costume and everyone loves me. Or, you know, I do this okay thing, but I'm pretty. I'm young and very pretty, and so people love me. Or I'm young and I'm handsome and I look great in designer clothing, so I'll take a picture of me in front of other people's work or my own and be celebrated for, you know, being good looking. I'm not there. I don't have that. All I've got is this. All I've got is this. All I've got is this. And all you have is your talent and your creativity. When I started doing these in 2013, I had no idea how to do a vlog. I've been winging it for 6 years. And I started winging it. I wanted to address this. I started winging it by talking from my perspective, from an artist perspective. And it's turned into like a struggling artist perspective, but an artist perspective. I don't say, you should do the thing, and you. I remember one video I made about brochures, and it was, you know, I may only be a couple of steps ahead of you. Talk about hubris. A couple of steps ahead of you. But this is what I did, and this is what's put me on this fantastic path, because I'm awesome. Well, life has stripped that kind of arrogance away from me, and we are here. But I started talking from a very 12-steppy point of view, which is, this is my story, this is my truth. I hate that phrase. This is my truth. This is how I see things. This is what is happening. And I know all this is connecting with people, but I sometimes watch my videos and go, God, really? You talked about you again. But I have no other experience to share except my own. And my experience with some success. And then a tremendous amount of failure that I find myself buried under, like, you know, being caught in an avalanche. But we're going to stick to the plan. And another favorite in my videos, we're going to stick to the plan. We're going to stick to it today. And right now, I am thinking about, I'm going to put King Fem to the side till all the little details are not quite so overwhelming. Oh, and I have more medium that I need. And I'm going to find an image for this. God knows, for these two panels, God knows in all my junk and all my piles of reference material, there is someone, there is a figure, there is an image, there is an idea, which is the most important point, a feeling that is going to fill these two canvases. So to readjust my thinking and still stay on this path of, you're going to work towards your future. You're just going to have to continue working towards your future. And you're going to help other people, hopefully, continue towards the future they've been working towards. We're going to start something new. So that'll be today's project. That'll be today's project. So in a little bit, I'm going to try and make a video of me just painting, because I still don't have an iPad or any mechanism that will allow me to do live painting anymore. And it's sad, I miss it. Doing live painting videos was helping to keep me on track, helping to keep me keep my whatever's duct taped together, so I could continue working. We no longer have that, so we got to find another way. And I share all this stuff so that people who are struggling know they're not alone. You're not alone, that you live in a community where you can't do show after show after show, which, once again, I arrogantly said 6 years ago, make a show. Get together with other artists and do a pop-up show. I arrogantly believed that everyone could do that, and you can't. Not everyone can. Not every community has that at their core, where they're like, artists are awesome, do your thing, you know, blah, blah, blah. They just don't have that in their makeup. I forgot where I was going. I do forget everything anyway, but anyway, a lot of ums and anyways today. This will be the project today, is starting something new. Something to help me keep centered, help me to focus, help me to keep excited about painting, because that will, that desire sometimes just dies in me. And I don't want that death, that hopelessness, to impede others and have them say, you know what, if you can't do it, if you can't make it, how can I? And that's what I hear every day. In fact, I talked to someone yesterday, someone who's been following me for a long time, who kind of insinuated that. He's very, 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 very frustrated. He keeps applying, he keeps trying, and people keep rejecting, or even not even acknowledging him at all. And it is very difficult to produce work, to begin with. Not only to keep producing work that you know you have to make, that thing is in you that says you have to do this. It's hard to keep working when bills, rent, desperation, and lack of resources are constantly weighing on you. Today, I'm going to refocus. I'm going to start something or other on this little doodad, and then probably tonight I'll go back to King Femme, because I don't have to be to work till like 11:30 tomorrow. Hopefully tonight I will sit down at my drawing desk and work on Stories from Scootertown, my other project that I've been working on for, ready? 13 years. Stories from Scootertown for 13 years. Talk about tenacity and balls and a belief in yourself. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully we'll get to paint together someday soon for hours like we used to. But until then, let's keep forging forward together. Keep forging forward together, okay? Ciao.